Hey there, it's the Major of all majors, Yoshi, the Major. Today, we're going to be doing a bit of how to Sony Vegas. There'll be a time code down in the description where you can find out like how to do certain things. And if you see me look down, I've got the tasks. Okay, so the first thing that you need to do, and generally if you were to like create a new, you can avoid this first one by just opening up a file. But let's say that I don't know why, but all you would need to do is right click in this space on the left, click it, insert video tracker and insert audio track. I'm personally going to be waiting on that. So let's say you need to zoom in onto something. Let's pull up a picture of my dog. Okay, so we can zoom into things by first of all making sure that this cursor is in this area, and if you have audio you can see like audio spikes and whatnot. Okay, so let's say you want to see what the dog's face looks like. First you want, actually, let's say you want to zoom in on solely the dog. So first what you want to do is you want to click on this so there's no highlight around size about center, and click on lock aspect ratio so that the only thing selected are normal edit tool and show properties. So you would drag this and drag it to what you want it to be. So in this case, I just want it to be the dog. So yeah, get a cute little dog. Okay, so let's say you want to move things on a video. So I'll need to add in another video track, and you can basically avoid having to do that by, let's say you need to, it's like you can do file cancel. Okay, so you could do like, let's say I wanted a picture of my cat, of one of my cats. I could drag it down like that, move that around, and voila, that's at the top. Or maybe I wanted to move this around, but I'm just going to move this around for reasons. But what you would do is you would click on this little button here, track motion. So you can choose like what? Oh, what? You should. How do I? What the? Okay, I guess we'll skip to saving your project in case if you need to do that. Okay. So you do Control S and then direct it somewhere and then give it a name. So I'm going to do tutorial for vid. So I apparently need to restart that, so let's do that real quick. That was not a fail at all. Okay, so now we're back in the application. So what you need to do is, I'm moving this just so I can see this. So in the timestamp area, click at a certain second, so like I'll click at 1 second. Make sure you double click. And then while that's selected, you'll know whenever that's like a whitish yellowish, looks like that it's selected. And then zoom out. And make sure that your cursor is also there as well. You can zoom out. you can zoom in. You can do a bunch of different stuff. So I'm going to zoom out, then another second later, we'll zoom back in, but at a massive rate. So yeah, there. So now what we have is we have this. And also if you want to do like a gradual zoom in, you can do the same thing, but you like resize it. So it's like you would click on the second, then modify that. So yeah, you can basically do something like that. Okay, so let's see. Move things on a video. Well, actually, we just did that. Okay. So blur. I actually had a problem with this earlier, which is why I had to. So I'm doing this basically on the fly. So what you need to do, if there's audio with the video, you need to press U. You need to press U so that way it'll desync the video from the audio. Well, it won't desync it. It'll separate it, because other words. Here, I can show you an example. So if I were to use this video of a cat, see, it's got audio attached to it. So I'll need to press U, and then it's got it separated. And you can see it's got Sony Vegas. This is why I like it. It's got like an automatic locking onto system. But you would press, anyway, that's besides the point. But press U to desync the audio from the video. Then you would you click S to just, actually, first what you want to do is make sure your cursor is where you want it. And then click on where your cursor is in the timeline. So click on it, then click S on your keyboard to split it. And I'm getting rid of that. And then you'll need to copy this by doing Control-C how you normally would do it. Actually, let's do this with like a non-moving part. So how would I do that? Let's just like, wait, does that move? Of course it has to move. Okay, so I don't know why I have that stuck in my head. Oh, never mind, get rid of that. Delete that, delete that. That took a little bit of work for me, actually. Okay. And then I'll do the same for this just because it's minorly annoying. There we go. So now you want to make sure this part is selected. Then do Control-C, create a new video track, and then paste it. Make sure it's directly above the other. Click on the video event FX button here. And then make sure you take this mask, and make sure you've got rectangular or square mask creation tool, or you can do oval or circle mask creation tool if it's a circle. But let's say that cat's head needs to be blurred for some reason. You select it, then you can close out of that. Video effects. Make sure something is selected here as well as all being opened, and then press P, and that works with just about any program if you're trying to find something. And then choose like a preset. You can do default and then do more advanced stuff, or like large or medium or small, whatever floats your boat. But large, drop it onto the top of events, and then make sure that your cursor is part of the yeah, so you can already see it's starting to blur. But if we drag it all the way to 1, it like what? It'll like bug out apparently. 0.750. 0.750. It would probably help if we were zoomed in more. You know what, let me do that. So zoom in. Actually, I'm going to do, for reasons such as I'm going to do what you never thought would be done. It's going to do that, and then do that. And then, well, if you're feeling lazy, you can just get a picture, but I mean, what's the fun in that? But that would be how you would blur it, just it doesn't want to work very well for me. Okay. You just really have to mess around with the numbers. Okay. So now how you cut. It's like, let's say, there's some blank space here that we don't need to see. You can just make sure you split by clicking where you want there to be a, where you want it to basically start the cut. Click where you want it to press S, and then click where you want it to end the cut, press S, and then you generally want to do that with all the layers, and then just delete it, and then you can drag it together, or sometimes if I don't really use it that often because I forget to turn it off, but you can do auto ripple, double click in this empty space, and then press delete, and it'll automatically delete it. But this stuff, the insert region, you cannot really get rid of that, so you need to select it throughout the duration of your track whenever you go to render it. Okay. So whenever you go to separate video from audio, like I said earlier, you press U. So again, if we go get a clip of my cat, you see it's joined together. The video and audio are joined together. Press U, and then it's unjoined. Okay, so next, bleep, because obviously if you're running a PG channel, you cannot have swearing or things like that. Like, you don't want to have names. So what you need to do is you want to go to YouTube and search for bleep. Bleep sound effect. Yeah, here's a good one. Censored bleep sound effect. So you generally want to get it just right. But in this case, we're going to we need to go find a YouTube video downloader. And you can usually Google that, and then the first link will be workable. So you need to just copy, paste it, and it sometimes will take a while, sometimes it won't. And then you want to download it as an MP3, because there's no point in keeping the hello. Oh, okay, that's if you want to use but I'm not going to. So download, then here you'll use your, okay, so where to go to? Show in folder, downloads. Okay, I know what that is. So let's say here. Let's find a clip here. So let's say that something bad was said, like from here to here. You would make sure that you've got the audio separated from the video. Delete that. This is why I keep this off, because it'll automatically join together, which is obviously annoying. So open this, and then go to the file you just downloaded, which will usually be called video playback if you use the source I just used. Then match up the audio spikes. So it can be fun, but it's so generally not fun. So you want to split just perfectly. So split that, do that, and I cannot tell if that's like, okay, so then you would do the delete the video, and so there you go, you've got your bleep, because no swearing allowed in PG videos. Okay. Then fade in and out. Simple, just grab onto this topmost corner. And then you do the same with audio. So, especially if you've got desynced, like de-separated video and audio, you will need to do that. So now it'll just fade out, which I don't use very often because it's annoying to set up. Then let's say there's one part where it was just so quiet. You would, like, if there's a lot of parts that's quiet, you could create a new audio track and then use this volume and then turn it up or down, depending on how loud the audio is. And so this part could use some loudening. Get ready for some ear rape. Actually, it's not that loud. Okay. But if there's just like one clip that needs quieting, you can use this bar here to lower it, and it will. As you can see, it quieted it out. And then, well, if you need to be louder, you have to use another audio track. There you go. And then, if you want to pause a part of a video, oh boy, I'm going to get another video track because this is annoying to work around with. So I think I've got some pictures. Oh, those iPad pictures. Okay, let's use this video of I have no clue what it is. So, of course it's a socks video. So, let's say that we need a stop here. You could do... So what you would do is you would right click on... Okay, so you need to right click at the start of this video, of this clip, while making sure it's selected. Then you need to do... Where was it? It was... You would think I would know this. It's not visible, I know. Okay, so there will be a section called Insert Remove Envelope. Hover over that, and then there's Velocity. Click that. This green bar you need to do. Wait, what was it? So you need to right click on this. You need to right click it again at the start of this and click set to 0% velocity. Set to 0% velocity. And then it would ideally stop. So that's like good if there's like a part that's moving super fast and you're like, wait, what was that? And then you can show the viewers that in post. Okay. And then add sound effects. I consider a bleep part of it, but let's go for let's go for this video of it doesn't have a thumbnail. Okay, so okay, so I especially use this in like the FNAF, Are You Draining My Power? So you would again go back to YouTube, type in like maybe dog bark. Sound effect. It's like this one. So copy that, paste that. Okay. Okay, and once it loads, you know it's good. Yeah, so it just saved it and it would be in the downloads. So open downloads, video playback. What? A single dog bark sound. So again, you would use U to separate it, drag the sound effect down track, and get rid of the video. So like, now you have video. So there you basically have a sound effect. Okay, so add video effects. Well, I showed it with the pixelate, but let's say you wanted to do... Yeah! Okay. So let's say you want to do... add video. So let's say you want to do... maybe a time code? What's that? Oh, that's like a... Oh, okay, so that's like a time code of that. Okay. So, let's do, so you can do like a mirror effect. Again, you would want to cut it up a bit. Where was that mirror? Okay. Drag it onto the clip. I'm pretty sure it did it on there. And then, there you go. You've got a video effect right there. What am I on? Okay. So, next, let's say, hey, there's, you want stupid flies, you know what I mean? So, let's say you want to show something in the background. You would, you can like lower the opacities, opacity, and then put like maybe a picture behind it. So D, pictures, camera roll, and then use this picture as like a background shot. So you can So you can essentially do like a lower this opacity so that it's still visible. But what happens is it fades so another thing can show, which I think is pretty neat. Okay, so now let's say, look, this is kind of boring, so I want to time-lapse the video. So this video of me, what you want to do is you want to hold down Control, and then left click, and then drag it closer toward the beginning. Or if you're clicking on the beginning, drag closer toward the end, and you get a much faster version. Now let's say you wanted to slow it down. You would hold Control and then pull it out. So you can go. That's how you could do it. And if you remember, whenever we did the stopping part, if you right click, switch, insert remove envelope velocity, right click on this, you could, let me bring this back to normal. It should, like, go, hey bud, that's like normal for you. I can like undo. Okay, Control Y, I believe, yeah. So right click on that, insert remove envelope velocity. If you right click on this, you can do 300 or maximum, and it would go. It would speed up the video but not the audio. So like that's good if you've got removed stuff, and if you do 50%, it'll slow that down. Then you can ideally reverse it, and so I can look like as if I've got the force. It's like, and where was it? It was closer to toward like the beginning. You can see, like, I use the force. Then let's say, let's say you're in the middle of chopping up a video, and then you go, so you split that, delete that, and then you realize, oh shoot, I needed that. You can just click on this, drag it out, and you revive it. And then obviously if you want to shorten a clip or lengthen it, you can pull it out or pull it down in general, not holding Control or anything. And then for rendering it, make sure that you've got the entirety of that selected with the region selected if that's visible. Well, I'd recommend you still select what you want recorded anyway. Click the render as, and then I generally record it at 720p. And then if I do customize templates, you can see that I record at basically 30 frames per second. You may record at the 1080p 60 FPS, but if you remember from my New Year's resolution video, or 2017 resolution, or whatever that video is called, I said basically I was upscaling it to 1080p so I could get rid of the bars on the side. I don't condone upscaling, but render, and it'll use up your CPU. And depending on the length of it and the resolution you're rendering it at, as well as your CPU. it could take anywhere from like maybe 5 minutes to over an hour, sometimes 2, depending on how long the actual video is, like I said. But also you can customize this, and you can customize the name. It'll automatically do Untitled if you haven't saved it, or if you have saved the project that you have, it'll automatically fill in the name. But hopefully you guys enjoyed this video. Be sure to like, subscribe, comment, all that awesome stuff you guys love to do. And yeah, I'll see you in the next video. Goodbye. But wait, there's more. Yes, I forgot, because I had thought that I had gotten everything because I was looking off of the phone, but whatever. So I'm going to load in some clips real quick, which shouldn't take too terribly long. We'll use that one as well. Okay. So, one of which is how do you fade things, which you don't see me do it very often because, like, if you're going to fade, you might as well do it consistently. But I do know how you fade tracks, so all you need to do is you take the video, and no, I'm not picking my nose, there's an itch hit right there. And then you just drag it onto another one, and it'll fade onto it. So right now I'm at a 0.03 second fade, so it'd be going basically like a direct cut. And the longer the fade, the obviously longer it'll last. So like the recommended one is 29 seconds, is 0.29. But I still don't do it that often. I just managed to conveniently strike it lucky with the socks videos. But so, should I had one other thing I had in mind. Oh yeah. So let's say you need to do. So let's say you want to do like a webcam, or in our case we'll just do another video. So we'll use, don't know why my optical drive had spun up, but okay. Where's a video? Okay. So let's use this one. If you click this button here, you can basically resize this and then move it to like a corner, center the screen, move it there, move it there, move it there, yada yada yada. But it's track based, like. I don't remember this. Why me? Okay. But hopefully you guys did enjoy this video. Be sure to like, subscribe, comment, all that awesome stuff you guys love to do. No, I'm going. Oh, there it's like. But here it's like everything bounces. But yeah, I'll see you in the next video. So it'll be fun watching me edit a video about editing. Editception! Yes, and I forgot one more thing. Okay, this is the video that you saw, that you're watching right now. Okay, so let's say you want to overlay text, because that can be useful sometimes. What you do is, it's simple. You go to media generators, and then click on legacy. What the heck? Okay, click on. Where'd that go? You want to go to. I think it was. Oh, media generators. Okay, legacy text. Then click on default text, or you can do one of these. There's titles and text, but that won't do what we're looking for. So let's say we want, let's say we want to do something based on a frame that just happened. So let's say we do something. So, yes, I'm editing this while I'm okay, so I need to find the exact point. So, since it starts here, I can drag it to wherever. Then, if I click on this button here, I can, wait, was it this one or was it the other one? I think it might have been this one. Yeah, it's this one that you want, okay. So it corrects me for any mistakes that I made, because I made the wrong choice. You need titles and text, so you can move the position around and things like that, instead of having to move around the entire thing. So click on this. You can type in don't question what just happened. And then you can you can change the position on this, and there. So now, about editing. Editception. You can see that it appeared just above my webcam right there. And if I had used the other one, it would have been closer toward there. Yeah. Yeah. Editception, as I had said earlier.